This week in AI and tech. A verified quantum breakthrough from Google, Samsung's XR headset finally lands, OpenAI launches an AI browser, the US gets another giant AI data center site, Anthropic buys massive TPU capacity, and Reddit sues Perplexity. Let's start with the headline science story. Google says its Quantum Echoes algorithm running on the Willow quantum chip achieved a verifiable quantum advantage, performing a task far faster than classical supercomputers and published with peer review. Google argues this pushes quantum into useful territory for drug discovery, materials, and even generating datasets for AI. Caution still applies. Fault-tolerant machines are years away, but this is a real step, not a press-only demo. Samsung next. The company unveiled its Galaxy XR headset and kicked off availability right after its Worlds Wide Open event. Samsung is pitching everyday utility, maps, media, and multimodal AI helpers, rather than just tech demos. If you're XR curious, wait for battery life tests and comfort reviews. If you create content, watch how Android XR handles capture, casting, and controller alternatives. OpenAI moved into the browser wars with ChatGPT Atlas. It's a browser built around the assistant, with an agent mode for tasks like comparing products, filling forms, or trip planning. macOS gets it first, with Windows and mobile to follow. The bigger idea: instead of a search box that sends you out to pages, Atlas tries to do more of the work inside the browser itself. If you try it, keep a privacy mindset, review what the agent can access, and toggle logging settings before using payment or email workflows. On infrastructure, OpenAI, Oracle, and Vantage announced Wisconsin as a Stargate data center site. Translation: more US compute to train and serve frontier models, plus high-capacity power and cooling. For teams who rent GPUs in the cloud, this points to more North America-based capacity late 2026 to 2027. It won't fix availability tomorrow, but regional latency and quotas should improve as campuses spin up. Speaking of capacity, Anthropic deepened its partnership with Google to use as many as 1 million TPU chips over time, worth tens of billions of dollars. That scale tells you two things. Model training is capital-intensive, and multi-vendor compute strategies are here to stay. If you run AI workloads, plan for a heterogeneous future. Mix TPUs and GPUs, track region-by-region pricing, and benchmark your models on both stacks. Legal pressure is rising again. Reddit sued Perplexity, alleging it bypassed protections to scrape Reddit data for training an answer engine. This is part of a broader fight over who gets paid and credited for the data that powers AI. For the data that, if you publish content, keep an eye on licensing programs and robots. TXT enforcement. If you use AI search, expect more source badges, attribution tweaks, and paywalled sources shaping what you see. A quick market note before we wrap: the information reported, and Reuters relayed, that SoftBank approved the remaining $22.5 billion of its planned OpenAI investment, pending a corporate restructuring that enables a listing. If finalized, it would further consolidate capital behind frontier AI development. It's not closed yet, so mark this as watch for confirmation. Takeaways for the week. Quantum is edging from theory to tools. Expect more science-first use cases before consumer apps. XR is back with a practical pitch. Judge Samsung's headset on comfort, battery, and app depth, not just specs. Browsers are becoming assistants. Test Atlas in a sandbox and set data permissions early. Compute is the bottleneck in the moat. More US capacity and huge TPU buys signal a multi-year ramp. Expect more lawsuits over training data and more visible attribution in AI answers. If this saved you time, subscribe for next Sunday's roundup and drop a comment on which story you want a deeper explainer on. See you next week.